Let me clarify that I'm only covering this because my main concern is the retail employees, okay? And frankly, I'm doing this for them, not for the activists, okay? I really don't give two shits about the activists. Frankly, some people are saying that this anti-ICE protest is gonna cause chaos. And who's that? Joe Rogan. We're gonna get to him soon.
Du bist nicht Friedrich! Die Uniform ist falsch! Du bist keiner von uns!
I'm gonna showcase to you a footage that showcased one of the altercation between the ICE agent and Alex Pretti. This was before his death. Rest in peace. Listen, folks. If you made a good decision and you don't do something like what I'm about to show you, the footage I'm showing you, this kind of thing, it wouldn't happen, okay? You would still be alive. Here, let me show you why.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Pretti interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him.
Wow. Unbelievable. You should not have done that. I really don't want to talk about him, but seriously, if you have just, at least, folks, at least cooperate, or better yet, not pick a fight with ICE agent or anything, things like this wouldn't happen, okay? Sheriff Grady, okay, from Florida, said that you should expect to be shot when you hit a federal officer with a deadly weapon. I know it's not relevant, but I'm just pointing you out what he said, okay? This whole thing could have been avoided, okay? Had he just mind his own business. Of course, a nurse. Wait, he's a nurse, huh? ICU.
Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy.
Huh. I was not aware of it. Wow. England. The main video was taken to the man in the video was taken to the ground by at least 5 agents who then deployed tear gas. Wow, accountability. That's accountability. Now, I was wondering, why did the BBC take this? I wonder. It seems there is a disconnect between the US and there's a disconnect between the US government and the English. Maybe. Confirmed? Huh. Interesting. So he confirmed. That was him? They're reviewing. Okay. Hopefully we get something. Fox contributor Joe Concha discussed the 2 ICE agents involved in the fatal shooting of Alex Pretti before being put on leave. It was an accident. That's up for debate, okay? And also, it's up for my viewers here who are watching this to make their own decision. In my opinion, folks, had Alex Pretti just cooperate, things like this wouldn't happen, okay? Guess what? This incident is going to make everyone who just, I don't know, do their job, clock in, clock out, you know, having a normal life much harder to navigate. Many of those people that work 9 to 5, which I'm certain one of you who is watching this video also work a normal job, either blue-collar workers or McDonald's, whatever it is, you're going to be subjugated to this nonsense. I feel sorry for the employees, okay? The retail employees.
This is breaking news this morning of those ICE agents who shot Alex Pretti. They've now been placed on leave. Yeah. Maybe not unexpected, I should say, given that the Trump administration's recent softening or pullback over the incident.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a big investigation going on. Was force justified here? You can make the case, well, Alex Pretti did approach them with a 9mm semi-automatic weapon with not 1 but 2 magazines on him as well.
2 magazines?
That's something like 50 bullets in addition to what he already had loaded, and had no identification. He was in an altercation the previous week with ICE agents and Border Patrol where he actually broke a rib, so he was there more as an agitator than a protester. All of that said,
wow, nice
was he
job,
a
genius.
Clear and present danger to those border agents when he got shot? That is what needs to be determined. And while that's being determined, obviously, the folks that were involved shouldn't be on the job until that investigation is complete.
So.
It's the responsible thing to do.
At least there's something good. look, for the record, listen, I'm not on either side, okay? If the federal agents attack you for no reason, then yes, it is warranted for that incident, okay? But if these people agitate people such as the ICE agent and also carry a firearm and then do something like that, guess what? It's not warranted to be called crime or anything. I mean, look, those agents probably done their job, okay? It's called self-defense. Honestly, if these people would just at least cooperate, okay? Just mind their own business, let the ICE agent do their job, and then, boom, it's all done. They be on their way. Remember, agitators. And look, even Joe Rogan right now is currently calling the Minnesota riots as a coordinated effort to cause chaos. Well, let's see.
Top podcaster Joe Rogan has weighed in on the chaos unfolding in Minneapolis, saying the riots are a coordinated effort to cause chaos and deflect in the wake of major fraud revelations in the city.
Right.
There's a lot of people that don't understand what's going on and why riots only in Minneapolis and why riots in the place where there's an ungodly amount of fraud that has been discovered.
Coincidentally, around the same time.
Exactly. Like instantaneously afterwards, the narrative completely changes. Everybody forgets about the fraud. Now all anybody cares about is ICE and fascists and Nazis.
Yeah.
And it's you know what a color revolution is?
Of course.
And for people that don't, it's a coordinated effort to cause chaos. And this is a very coordinated thing. The idea that this is an organic protest, these riots are organic, is nonsense. It's provably nonsense because now they have access to the Signal chats, so they know that these people.
Cam Higbee, by the way,
yes,
he's been on the front lines of this. The Crucible has been a big supporter of that effort. My channel. I will often snipe his coverage while it's going on, send my audience over to send in super chats in order to keep this guy going. I think that work is critical.
Yes.
It's critical work, and there's not that many people doing it anymore because of how dangerous it has become.
Yes.
And so I'm a big supporter of that. Doesn't mean I agree with everything he says politically, but what he's doing on the ground there needs to happen.
Right. You need to understand that this isn't organic, regardless of how you feel.
Online commentators agreed with Joe Rogan, with this person saying it was all designed to distract. That was the whole point. And Kash Patel doubled down on this point, saying federal agencies are investigating groups behind the organized riots.
And we've got also investigations ongoing into the funding of this. We've made actual substantial progress. I just can't publicize it yet. But we've actually found groups and individuals responsible for funding it because it's not happening organically.
I mean, remember, there's a fraud going in, and this is why do you think Nick Shirley braved himself all the way there? Does any other content creators or news outlet were willing to go there? No, they couldn't. So Nick Shirley is doing it. And guess what? He is now become the symbol that from now on, YouTubers are the new media, just like Elon Musk said.
It's incredible to hear.
And even the media is exposing the organizations involved.
To you?
Fox.
I say it definitely does feel organized to me, and I think you can tell these people are well connected. They are in communication with each other, and they are giving them instructions. This happened all so quickly. People knew where to go. And they are taking commands. This is an organized movement here. There's communication. There's food. There's notices. There's notifications.
This is not protesting.
They got out here in a hurry, and they outnumber this police force probably by about 10 to 1 at this point.
It's incredible.
This comes after independent journalist Cam Higbee's investigation into Minnesota Democrats' potential ties to the riots found through Signal chats. The reporting, which has been called Signalgate, links at least 2 Democrat Minnesota state officials to a Signal chat used to impede federal immigration operations in the state, according to Newsmax reporting.
Wow.
Cam Higbee went on, saying Attorney General linked to Signalgate. In their legal help Signal channel was instructions to report federal agents to Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison. The link led directly a page designed by Ellison's office for reporting feds. Ellison has been seen outside of the Whipple Federal Building engaging in protest with the insurrectionists who just a few nights prior tried to kill me and attempted to bring the fence down. How involved is Keith Ellison? And commentator and lawyer Rogan O'Handley then exposed Governor Tim Walz, saying,
"Yep, that's right.
What a coincidence that Tim Walz called President Trump to work together on the riots only after the Signalgate chats were exposed. The rope is tightening on Minnesota fraud." This commentator simply replied, "The wars are closing in."
Now you see, here's the question. Why do you think that Minnesota governor suddenly want to help? Why? Why so suddenly? In my opinion, I think they should have just at least cooperate. And look, the fraud, okay, the Minnesota fraud is important than the ICE agent. Seriously, do you really have to? How big is it that your ideology have to put a blindfold on you? Listen, folks, where I come from, okay, when there's something like, say, fraud or anything, the law enforcement follow it to the letter, okay? They don't be like many Democrats or many people just sheltering them for no good reason. How many times you see many countries in Asia doesn't have a high fraud crime, I can't even say the word, a high fraud crime than the US? How come you didn't see Asian happening? Because they always have everything, okay? They always focus it to the letter. Yes, there may be some corruption here and there, but overall, there's always a way. My countries will always find a way. And same goes for immigration, okay? My countries, the only obstacle that prevents them from finding any illegal immigrants or illegal aliens, like many people call it, is the jungle. No, generally, the jungle is so massive, anyone can hide there for years on end, at least until they go out and get food. This kind of thing, this is not helping anyone, okay? If this anti-ICE protest continues, the retail employees who are just doing their job, they're going to be affected. They're going to be subjugated to hate. They're going to be subjugated to torture, not exactly physically, but mostly torture online, saying that, oh, you don't support me, you're a bigot, you're a Nazi, you're a fascist. And also, those words lost its meaning, okay? It's lost, okay? Don't use it again.
Supplies and production were vital areas of the war in which the Allies dominated. Relentless Allied bombing runs over Ruhr Valley factories resulted in an increasingly crippled German war machine. Methodical strafing of the railroads and rail yards left behind broken trains stalled on destroyed tracks. Without fuel, Germany's heavy weapons were useless. Its vaunted panzers immobilized and its planes grounded, the German infantry was left to carry on the fight alone.